First thing I'd like to ask you is, do you have any advice for viewers out there? Whatever advice you want to be.
I have so much advice.
Okay.
The older I get, I really am turning into this like...
Sage.
Yes.
Yes.
Guru.
The wisdom is there,
like,
yes.
Just life, right?
Yeah.
I think the one thing I would say is, because I go through this every day, is like, things are tough, but you never know what is around the corner.
Yeah.
And nothing lasts forever. Nothing is good forever, and nothing is bad forever. And sometimes when I'm having like really like dry times in like work or socially or whatever, it's like, it's almost kind of like I wouldn't say enjoyable, but I kind of separate myself and I kind of look outside and I just observe what's happening, and I kind of have to laugh because I'm just like, oh, this roller coaster. Oh, how much farther can we get?
Right.
But then ultimately there will come a point, and it always happens, where you come back up. So
love it.
If you just do your best, be nice.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hard. I guess that's what I would also say too, because I'm a realist, you know? I believe all the Instagram cliches, but there's also a part of me that's cynical, that's like, well, tell me the truth. And for me, the truth is, I would want to hear someone say this, which is like, I feel, I see you, you know?
Yeah.
I see that things are tough. So I get that. And we're all there, but just, you never know what's around the corner. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Just you do your best.
Yeah, the cliches exist because there's truth to it, and you got to have the big picture, take in the full scope, and you know, you can't just go through life with just rose-colored glasses. But just know that, and it's harder sometimes than others, but no matter what you're going through, it's happening for a reason, and you're going to learn something from it, and hopefully you'll be better when you come out the end of it. So.
That's right. And there's always something you can do. Yeah. So sometimes if you're hitting that brick wall, this is Sun Tzu, the Art of War, right? It's okay to go around the wall sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, sometimes people just want to power through, and that can be a thing, but you can also, we're imaginative creatures. There's all kinds of things we can do, you know?
I have to go back and ask you about that pronunciation.
Yeah.
Do I mispronounce it?
You sure do.
Okay. No, say it again, because that's the first time I've ever heard it pronounced that way. And
Sun Tzu. That's how you say, yeah. But,
wow.
You know, I know it's spelled S-U-N. It's a romanization.
Everybody says Sun Tzu.
That's just how it was written in like the 1800s, the Wade Giles method, or however, when they started to first romanize Chinese. Another thing people don't really know about me, I'm incredibly educated. I am a huge nerd.
Oh, I did know you were a smart guy. But yeah, so since you brought up the Art of War, and we've been talking about our craft and just artists in general, for those of you out there who have never picked it up, Stephen Pressfield's The War of Art. Have you read that?
I have not.
I think you dig it, especially like where you're at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out.
It's a fantastic read. So, well, as far as Positivi-TEA, I got 2 more questions for you. The next one is, what is the best advice you've ever been given?
Well.
It's hard, huh?
Yeah. This is from my father.
Ah, love it.
Yeah. This is the best advice I've ever been given. Whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like, whatever, ask. The worst they can say is no.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to just ask.
Yeah.
For what you want. That is the best advice. And the second best advice, or maybe right on the top, which has led me to the rest of my career, was, what would you do for free? That's what you should try to do as your profession. And if not your profession, then you should certainly be doing that in your life.
I love that.
All from my father.
Man, that is exactly what we're about here, right? Do what you love. And so I have one more question for our Positivi-TEA segment. Do you have any, I mean, there have been some already in the conversation, but do you have any inspirational or uplifting stories?
Inspirational story?
You do inspire people.
You know, I am going to make it personal, and since I already talked about my father, and this might be cliche and boring, but again, I'm a good little Asian boy, so like, we're very, you know, Confucian value, like very all about the parents and that kind of thing. And so
I love my parents.
Well, right. So I mean, some people are going to think, oh, this is old hat, but like, their story always inspires me in terms of like, they grew up in, I mean, if you're of that generation and you're in Asia, in their case Taiwan, like you are, they're from China, but they lived in, you know, Taiwan. There was a war, there was all kinds of stuff. They went through all kinds of stuff, right? They grew up in abject poverty. They get an education, they come to America, they don't speak the language, right? You know, and they make a life, right? Yeah. And my father becomes an engineer for, you know, Moog, which like, or Honeywell, which makes, you know, airplanes.
Units.
Well,
right?
They kept America cool. No,
right, yeah.
Keep America cool. No, he made. You know, he made defense weapons for America. He made America safe.
Okay, so yeah.
You feel me? He helped the space shuttle go up. My mom,
Wow.
it was a social worker for the Orange County, right? Became a, you know, led teams of social workers, trained people, is helping kids, like.
Yeah.
And then they obviously had to go through a lot of, this is America, you know. I think we know what that means, and you're an immigrant, like that story. Like,
it was a different time for them too.
And it's a different time. But yeah, so when I'm feeling sorry for myself, I think about my parents and I'm like, man, you know, the stuff that they did. So I have for me, this is kind of what I carry around, is like, I kind of have very few excuses to quit, because like they didn't, so that's that.
Family's important, and to me especially, and to you obviously, but you know, not to everyone. Everyone's situation is different, right. And that's, you know, that's one of the things where I'm just grateful that I do have the family unit that I do. But I'm sure you could be argued on the other side. Those people would tell you, well, you know what? I get to pick my family.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
I actually heard one funny thing was one actor on a shoot, on a commercial, it's so funny. He actually complained jokingly that his family was too good to him. And I was like, sometimes as actors, sometimes I thought that too, where I'm like, deep down, I'm like, man, I don't have enough like personal trauma to really
I need to draw on that. My life's been too golden.
Exactly. Things have been too chill, right?
It's funny you say that though, because I felt like personally, when I look back, the more experiences I had, the older I get, the better I become at it, because you do have more to draw on, more scenarios are real. But, you know, it's one of those things.
I'm a huge, what's his face? Is it Laurence Olivier or somebody?
Laurence Olivier.
Somebody said, try acting, my dear boy.
Yes, that was Laurence Olivier.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. If you can't get there in your real life, like, it's acting. You use your imagination.
I believe, I think it might have been my dear, good catch. Hire him. You see those ninja skills? Oh my God. Goodbye, Fly.
No,
done.
Continue. Sorry. Take it back. Take it back.
No, I love that moment. Like, it's fine. It was fantastic. It's all about, living in the moment. And, you know, we like sincerity. You know, that was one of the things too, though, about the cliches, and people are like, want to roll their eyes, whatever. But when you're sincere, the people who get it, you know, they can't help but be drawn to sincerity.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, but my thing is, either I'm an idealist, or I'm so egotistical that I want everyone to be drawn in.
I don't
It's
think
not enough that people who love the sincerity like it. I need all the haters to like it too.
Look, at the end of the day, though, you know, you gotta go with the people that are your tribe, right? And that, you know, you got love. And honestly, there's always gonna be haters. Always. Oh my gosh. I
have found that.
Yeah. I mean, but you can't focus on it. And
That's
I whether if it's something online, I ignore it and don't engage, or, you know, I'll just say, haha, LOL, you know, like whatever, like brush it off, and, you know.
Well, one of the things I'm starting to experiment more with, especially for acting, is like, you talk about, you know, sincerity, but also going back to the haters, it's like, embracing your own personal faults and the imperfections in your performance. Yeah. Because that makes you alive. That makes you you. Because if and I've done this in auditions, I try to make it perfect. Yeah. Whatever perfect is. Right. And then it just looks, and then it just looks generic, because you're not taking a risk. You're not being imperfect. We're just.
More good advice.
Right. So sometimes it's good to do the flubs, you know, or the whatever, the ticks that you think are not cool. Like, maybe somebody likes that. Or maybe that's the thing that gets you not hired. You'll never know. That's the beauty of this wacky business. Right?
You just keep going, because like you said before, you never know what's around the corner.
Exactly.
But yeah, one of my favorite acting teachers in LA, Margie Haber, she said that. She's like, you know what? You're going to get hired for what you bring to the role.
Yep.
Not what's on the paper, what you do. Because no one is you except you.
I agree.
So, dude, this has been amazing. Like, so much inspiration, all the positivity. So we should move along, continue on this train, and move into our next segment.